Okay, thank you so much. It's another beautiful afternoon. I'm Joseph Chishimba, the Grassroots Media President, broadcasting live in the Northern Province. So if you are watching me for the first time, I'm Joseph Chishimba, the Grassroots Media President, and I want to talk about PF General Conference. That is the topic that I want to talk about this beautiful afternoon. So wherever you are watching, if you are watching me for the first time, I'm Joseph Chishimba, popular known as JC, and I want to talk about PF general election. Then I need also to talk about the opposition political parties, where we have got President KBF and Zambia Must Prosper. And again, we have Hari Karaba, President of Citizen First. And also we have President of the Socialist Party, that is SP, under the leadership of Fred Membe. Then we have got two camps that are happening in the Patriotic Front. Not quite group of Brian Munduvile, who is also PF, and also we have got a group of people that are working together with Honorable Given Rubinda, where there is Mao Sampa, Mukandila, and Dr. Taruchirufia, Chimbakambuiri, and also others. So this beautiful afternoon, I want to talk about the PF General Conference, and also to talk about these opposition political parties. I want to say thank you to you, the Zambian people that are following me within the country and outside the country. Because without you people, we the grassroots media, we are nothing. And as you are aware, the grassroots media, we give 90% opposition political parties, and we give 10% to the ruling government, meaning that the duty of the grassroots media is to advise those who are in opposition, to advise those who are in ruling, to advise even the Zambian people how they can live and how they can vote when change is needed in the Republic of Zambia. So wherever you are watching, you can share my broadcasting wherever you are, because for me to attract numbers, you are my followers. You are the people that can share my broadcasting, and at the same time to invite people that can be following my page. And I'm happy to tell you that I'm broadcasting live in the northern part of this country, in the northern province. That's where I am. I'm not in Luapula. I left Luapula yesterday, and also Lusaka, Eastern Province, wherever you are watching from. So I'm broadcasting live in the Northern Province where I am. And I want to say thank you to the leadership of the Patriotic Front. Those who are in Kasama, I want to appreciate the leadership of the Patriotic Front. Those who are in Luingu, the leadership of the Patriotic Front in Luapula, where I've had a tour of duty in Luapula. I was in Isamfia, I was in Chirubi Island, and also part of the dry land of Chirubi. And I want to appreciate the people of Eastern Province, because I had a tour of duty in Eastern Province. As I was in Chadiza, I was in Chipata, Katete, I was in part of Rundazi, and also in Chama, when I had a tour of duty of Eastern Province. Lusaka, Copper Belt, wherever you are watching, I want to appreciate the leadership of the Patriotic Front. What I want to tell you, the Zambian people, we have got only one PF. And this PF was started by the late Michael Sata. And under the leadership of the Patriotic Front, which was formed by Michael Chirufia Sata, there is no confusion, but there is only competition. There is no confusion, there is only competition. Because if you want to choose a leader in any organization, an organization will look like it is divided, but it is not divided, because when you are choosing a leader, there will be people that are going to support you and those who are not going to support you. But the majority always wins. That's what I believe in democracy. The majority always wins. You can stand as a member of parliament, you can stand as a councillor, you can stand as a mayor and a president, but the majority will always win. So meaning that in the Patriotic Front, we have had camps. kampu ya Barubinda, kampu ya kwa Makebizuru, kampu ya kwa Chimbakambwiri, kampu ya kwa Brani Mundubile. And I want to tell the organizers of the PF General Conference, don't be in hurry to choose a leader who is a failure, but be able to call everyone who paid my 200,000 kwacha. Those who paid my 200,000 kwacha must be invited, and all the structures across the country must be invited, so that we can have free and fair election in the patriotic front. Everyone that paid 200,000, they are very important. Brani Mundubile paid 200,000. But Chimbakamwiri paid 200,000. But given Ubinda, Bena Mausampa, Bena Monde, all these people that paid the 200,000 must be invited, so that we have got a competition. If at all we are going to have a PF general conference, we don't want confusion. Because at the end of the day, what we want is to win the general election for 2026. So the competition among ourselves should not divide us. The competition between Barubinda, Makebizuru, Chimbakambwiri, and Brani Mundubire should not divide us, but it should bring us closer to each other, so that the big fight is to win a general election that is for 2026. The big fight is to win an election for 2026. So we cannot go in a general election as members of the patriotic front. Go in the general election divided. Others are supporting Brani Mundubire, others are supporting Barubinda, others are supporting the Bakambwiri. When we go for a general conference and we choose a leader, we need to be aware that this UPND, they have talked about Mingarato. And most of the Zambian people asking, which political party, ba PFO Chobake Mininapo. Brani Mundubire is not an enemy of the patriotic front. Given Ubinda is not an enemy of the patriotic front. Makebizuru is not an enemy of the patriotic front. And if Brani Mundubire has been chosen or to stand on FDD, it is not an enemy. Karia chibemba chilanda okweba tukupesha runshi kunya pabiri o kunya patatu eke chibemba chilanda ukupesha runshi kunya pabiri nangu patatu. So ichilengele ba PF bakwati amakampu. It's to protect the future of the Zambian people, because if at all we allow one political party with the UPND, they will try to crash that political party, and they want to go in a general election without a strong opposition political party. Because if you see where we are coming from, because what is important is to look back where we are coming from. The UPND government, they have tried by their all avenues to destroy the strong opposition political party. And if the opposition political party, they want to put eggs in one basket, we are likely to go in a general election without a strong opposition political leader, and we are likely to go in a general election without a strong opposition political party. What Brani Mundubile is doing is a good preparation in case bachaye Mingalato, because of Abantuba Mingalato. What Lubinda is doing and Chimbakambwiri and those camps, they are good for us. In the case about now the vision yakwa Brani Mundubile, we will be able to jump on the other truck. But if we say no, we should only go with this one, unless we dissolve parliament, that's when we can say direction not wala na ena nomba pani, because akainde ichilema yakakwati amaka. Ama members of parliament, they are not going to do anything. But police, they are going to be neutral, because there will be no one who's going to command them to do the wrong thing. So what I'm advising is that all these camps where Barubinda is, and Amakampu yakwa Brani Mundubile, all these are important. Why are they important? Because if they want to crash vision ya Barubinda, na bena Kambwiri and na bena Mausampa, ngabai crash to the last. What will mean that we are going to have a breathing space where we can go and work with Brani Mundubile. But what we don't want is to go in general election divided. Opposition because if we are to put all the eggs in one basket, we can crash under the UPND government. So opposition, you can say no, they are confused. Opposition, they are not working together. If they were to say we are going to work together, imagine, my brothers and sisters, from 2021, the strong opposition political party otwakwata tabai bikapo ballot paper all the by-election otwakwete tabai bikabo PF, because they are aware that PF yali kwata abantu, yali kwata ma structures, yali kwata na ba member of parliament, na ba councillor, na ba mayor. Imagine a political party ya kwata ba mayor, ya kwata ba member of parliament, ya kwata ba councillor, tabaibika pa ballot paper. How sure are you that this third government is going to allow the patriotic front to be on a ballot paper? Ngachakweba kweba group ya kwa brand mundubire bai clasha. Kwa shala group ya kwa given ubinda who still support. So ichibemba chilando kweba tuku pressure chibona kumoswera. Ba opposition nabo swera ruling government. That's why nabaruba naba government. That's why namuitwa. Ngamwali umfa muitwa yesterday fyalandire. Ambiro tilefi onanda kulando kweba tu alikuwa taba member of parliament aba members of parliament aba PF like abena mungandu abena chabinga. Those people they are not promoting democracy in this country. Ba UPND lo bali ko opposition ba lefo okulia. Ba lefo anenda lama. Elo kwa di bill 7. I suspect they were also given some money, but they never supported bill 7. But the Ababa PF ama MPs, they decided to go and vote for bill 7. And the Zambian people were very upset with the bill 7 because it was rejected with the courts. And now it was realized that Ababa Reis Abena Chabinga, Abena Mungandu Aba, these people Abena Sande Chanda, they are not helping Ichipani, Cha UPND. Nibaka Ndile Balefo Okudia. And when you have got leaders who are candiles, in a multi-party democracy, we cannot develop a country with the candiles. Those are members of parliament, but candile, we cannot develop a country in a multi-party democracy where we have got candile members of parliament. And I'm happy that Cornelius Muito actually realized kulando kweba ti abantu nibasela bali okofia. Zambian people, we need politicians who have got principles to defend the constitution. We need leaders that can stand with the Zambian people where things are very difficult. We need voices. Not mwasenda banevas mumba. Eko ba umfati na fipia. Eko ba rasapota. Mwasenda tayari uyutala tayari wakuro mutu uyutari wabakunani. Uyutari wabutuka mcharo. Ari butuka mlando wakweba tarefu haya. Ukumfanga tuwale msta advice. Ama politics na dilandakale. Ama politics te kurwa. Ama politics te nsere. Ama politics is not about corruption. Ama politics te kudeko fiakaba. Pa utila ba UPND bapangi government. Bari chulile. No, but Abama guys were for Fiapia, Eko Babutukira. And they want to hijack the UPND. And I've been telling President Daka in the Chilema, these people that are coming for you, they don't love you. These are the people who are in opposition, who are in government. They were fighting you. And today, because they are in government, they want to show that they love you. Those are Judas Iscariots. If these people, the same people who want to support Akainde Chilema, when Akainde Chilema was in opposition, they never supported him. These are the people able now respond. I've been telling President Akainde Chilema to be very careful. Me, I'm not UPND. Me, I support 90% opposition political parties, and I support 10% the ruling government. And we need to be aware the people that destroyed political parties, these same people, you cannot run a political party na abantu aba mulomo. You don't run a country with failed leaders. You cannot run a country with failed leaders. The reason why we are a failing country, because the people have got no principle. You want PF, everybody government. Ba UPND tabari amabure. Aba kweba tirelo bali ku UPND, mailo bali ku FDD, mailo bali ku PF. Bali shanshishe. Echa lengela ba PF kupange misebo. Echa lengela ba PF kula shobunga 120. Echa lengela ba PF kula shafio 17 kwacha. Because we had a reliable opposition political party. But today we don't have a reliable political party. Because most of the leaders that we have, one, they are cowards. Most of the people that are who are in opposition are cowards. They are failing to defend the Zambian people. The reason why we have got opposition political parties and those who are in government, there must be a competition between the opposition and the ruling government. And the government can be reminded by the opposition. But we have got useless opposition MPs. But what about the poor people of Kasama? What about the poor people of Umrovezi? What about the poor people of Chadiza? Who are going to speak on their behalf if those criminals, they are running away from their own political party and they want to go and eat in UPND? And those people, because they are thieves, Because the people, they don't love this country. But that is not the vision of the grassroots. The vision of the grassroots media is to see there is unity in the Republic of Zambia. There is democracy in the Republic of Zambia. We are in a multi-party democracy. This multi-party democracy came with a cost. Our forefathers, Bena Chiruba, Abena Levi Mwanawasa, they struggled to bring multi-party democracy under one-party state of Yakwakaunda. And today we have got a multi-party democracy. And to the Zambian people, most of you are cowards. That's why the UPND, they are able to destroy a strong opposition political party. Because if Yakainde Chilema was in opposition, and the PF, if they wanted to change the office bearers of UPND, no kukanyo kubika UPND ballot paper. Chinwe cholonga charikaba. Akainde Chilema na makada zaba UPND. They would have protested. But we have got leaders who are in opposition who cannot even protest. Even when they can read the constitution allows anyone to protest against injustice. But we have got the PF, we have got the leaders. That's why today, as a nation, we are still struggling with the multi-party democracy. But what I can tell you, God gave us this multi-party democracy so that you kwatilama ilandire, tule upa, tule upwa, tule kwataba na tule bombenchito, so that in a multi-party democracy, tule kwatama ilandire. One democracy. When this country will go in one party state, no share the mwakabamu. Even you, the Zambian people who are cowards, who cannot talk, you are going to remember my words. You push up a fiashibenu. When we had a one party state, it was a dictator. And your forefathers, they fought. Abena Michael Satabari Lala Mumanda. Abena Chirubabari la Mumanda. Abena Levi Mwanawasa bari la Mumanda. But because most of you are cowards and you are fearing Akainde Echilema, I've been telling you HH is not a lion. Akainde Tenkala Muretina. We need to work as Zambians. We need to protect the future of our democracy in the Republic of Zambia. But because most of you don't want to listen, politician, most of these politicians, they don't have a PF. What about you, the poor people? What about you, the civil servants? You need young men and women who can stand up and protect democracy in this country. Because when you have got democracy, you are able to analyze issues in the country. People who are in opposition, if they are working, those who are in government, they work. But to mama phone again. So, brothers and sisters, wherever you are, I want to encourage the patriotic front that Barubinda, you announced that you are going to have a general conference where you are going to choose a leader, where you are choosing a leader. Because plan B. When we are doing everything, we need to have plan B. Plan B, plan B, but at the end of the day, we want to see you, Barubinda. We want to see you, Brani Mundubire, working together for the benefit of our people. Chinwe chalo, chilefa ikabantu aba kwa tamano, abe ngabombela pamo. Pantu chimemba chando kwebati. Ichimemba chilando kwebati. Umuchinshu wanseva. Kuimina pamo. Meaning that you cannot go in a battlefield where Barubinda you can have your own group, where Brani Mundubire you can have your own group. What you are teaching and what you are telling the Zambian people, you are a failed leaders. If you can fail to reconcile and work together as a team, then we are going to call you as failed leaders. This is not the time to divide yourselves. This is not the time to fight one another. This is the time to come together and put the interest of our mother country. If we fail to unite and we have sensed one party state and we are able to smell a dictatorship in our country, because a strong opposition political party has never been on a ballot paper. Elo mulefu amure chensa. Elo mulefu amure yangala. Unomu akate waku chensa. Unomu akate waku seka seka. Unomu akate wachi mbuya. Unomu aka, we need to put the interest of the Zambian people and make sure we have got democracy. Democracy must flourish in the Republic of Zambia without fighting, without tribalism, without anything attached to each other. We need to put the interest of our country. If we fail to put the interest of our country, then who are going to be the voices for the police? But police itabaku balandila. Ama civil servant itabaku balandila. Abaiche kumufumbwe bali fwa. Tapadi ulanda po. Abaiche bali bepa ku gold mine. Nobody is talking about it. Bali bulenda rama kutuma ku China by mistake. How can the whole government send money to another country by mistake? That is total corruption. And most of you, the people you have taken, you are not serious. If Yakainde Echilema was in opposition, can he allow the PF to send money by mistake, to take money to China by mistake? If Yakainde Echilema was in opposition, can he allow the police to kill the young miners in Mufumbwe? All these things we have seen them. But because we are not a serious nation, that's why a government can do nonsense. Anyone can do nonsense. This is a country where an archbishop can be insulted and be called Lucifer. Because we are not a serious nation. Who can allow that? So me, I call upon the leadership in the patriotic front. This is not the time to divide yourselves. If you are going to a general conference, you call all the players, the people that pay them at 200 pin. We won't say. So that you can vote and you put any mundubile to come support it. You need to call everyone that paid. Pull out like Mtoto Kafuaya na Mao Sampa. Mao Sampa has pulled out. Talefo kuiminali Aliranda. Mtoto Kafuaya Aliranda. So Abashalaba, they need to be in one room so that we can choose a leader that is going to take us on the other side. This is not the time to fight. Then you have to kuchensa. Ngamule chensa. Abana benu bakesa chulani nsala. Ubunga walitula. Fuel yalitula. Ama light kwa road shading. Ama business yabantu yaliwa. But at the end of the day, mule chensa mule yangala. Akainde Echilema elu walikuwa opposition tade chensa. Ba Michael Satelo walikuwa opposition tabade chensa. They were putting the interest of the Zambian people. Because Akainde walikuwa opposition tade chensa chensa. H1F as a president of the Republic of Zambia. That's why by PF bale shobunga 120. That's why by PF bale shafio 17 kwacha. That's why by PF bale making a shobale pange patarana maskuru. Because we are the strong opposition, our political party. But today, my opposition, most of you are cowards. Echo muletina chish, muletina Kainde Echilema, who is not even a lion. Politics is not about cowardness. Ngamuabama cowards, you cannot succeed as a nation. So, by PF, this is not the time to divide yourselves. If you are supporting Brani Mundubile, if you are supporting Kambwiri, if you are supporting anyone, me, I'm advising you. If these people, they go in separate ways, the opposition, they will lose election. What I'm advising, Benake PF, Benakaraba, Naba PF, they need to work together. Because the only common enemy that we have is the third government of the UPND. That's the common enemy that we have. But if you go divided, you are going to split out the votes. And when you lose, we are expecting to go in one party state. Because I'm a member of parliament, echo bakesa landa ngabalando kwebati tulefuaya tukwate biu 5 tulefu usha increase ama eza kwa president ni chao naika mwaba kona ule charo ni mwaba opposition because we don't want you to come and regret. Remember, we have got only one state house. Takwa bako minga bonse bakateka nangu mwali kwa tamano abena Brani Mundubire bagibe Rubinda bena KBF bena Karaba nangu mwali kwa tamano ya University of Zambia. No matter how strong you are, no matter how rich you are, you can't all of you be president of this country. So I call upon the leadership of the opposition. Can you come together and work as a team? Ukufurungano kupeneve kwaba. Kwaba kuitemwa, we muntunga wa itemwa. You'll be thinking you are more important than others. And I want to encourage you, my brothers and sisters, within the country and outside the country. Let us encourage this Bena Brani Mundubire, Bena Makebi Zuru, Bena Give Rubinda to work as a team. But if they go in separate ways, they are going to lose election. If they lose elections, who are going to suffer? Are the Zambian people. So, are you going to be happy about Rubinda? Am I election yaka pita muka pone? Brani Mundubile muka pone? Once abana Chishimba.Grassroots, are you going to be happy? And are you going to be happy, the Zambian people, to continue suffering under the leadership of President Kainde Echilema? Zambian people have suffered. Enough is enough. Zambian people have suffered. Enough is enough. And we need people can come together and save Zambia. We need to go to what we call economic independence. Akainde ichile mairu waliko opposition. Are babena Zambia tubunga ukawa 50 kwacha. Ushabena Zambia baleshi tubunga 50 kwacha. Akainde ichile mairu waliko opposition. Aye beri ama farmers ama peasant farmers baraba chura. Aba bonjo tukasu. Mukalacha fertilizer pai 250 kwacha. Akainde ichile ma. Adi mebele mwema Zambian. Mwaka ikuta. Ama cooking oil yadidura. Fuel yadidura. Bunga bwa yadidura. Imina ni yadidura. There is nothing that is cheaper in this country. Look at the civil servant. Ama salary is over there for her. So you the opposition, are you going to be happy to see our civil servants suffering? You the opposition leaders, are you going to be happy to see our truck drivers suffering? You the opposition leaders, are you going to be happy to see a common man living in poverty? The best thing that you can do is to come together and work as a team to protect and defend the Republic of Zambia. This country is very rich. When you look at our country, it's very rich. But look at the people, the way they look. Nga mwaingira kuso weto. Mwasanga abantu efu bade moneka ba kuso weto market kurusaka. Nga mwaingira pati sokone. Mwamona abantu efu bade moneka. Kwati bana banshiwa. Abantu bade moneka kwati. Abantu kwati bonse bari fuirwa. Especially kwa tenda la machino. This country is very rich. But there is mismanagement and poor leadership. That's why our people are living in poverty. Because there is mismanagement and poor leadership in the Republic of Zambia. And we are not going to allow. They started to pay la copper, to pay la switchlight, to pay la silver, to pay la cobalt, to pay na switchlight, to pay na coal. Abena Zambia this time, if we are leaders who can think, Abena Zambia ngabale fora. The population is very small. We can only give one mind to pay everyone. Ama Zambia ni bale chura. Ama Zambia ni bale mwana kopa ile pita panani. Pama trucks. South Africa is doing better than us. But they are importing copper from us. China is doing better than us. They are importing copper from us. Why are we behaving like we are lost children? We need serious leadership. Leaders that can transform this country to a better nation. The people that we have, they are not serious. The leaders that are in government, they are still in analog. We have migrated from analog to digital, where we should think wisely, where our children, they can start discovering things. We have got students who are graduating every day. We have got graduates who are graduating every year. But the country is still very poor because of poor leadership, because of mismanagement of the country. So we need the people who can think, people that can transform this country to a better nation. What they can do is kula kwa tofye amafumo ukula korwa. What a nation! What nonsense is that? It's the population of 20 million people. Muabana bakote, muadibaba amaritaris. People are still beggars. And you call yourself you are living in a country where we are leadership, where we have got failed leaders. These old politicians, we need to retire them. They are still living in the analog. We need the youths who can take over this country so that we can also discover things through a new technology. By doing that, this country will develop. But we have got the people who are born, who went to university in the 1980s. How do you expect this country to grow? How do you expect this country to develop? The people that went in the university in the 1980s are the people that are holding power of this country. They were educated under analog. We need the young ones who have been educated under digital. It's actually some migrate from analog into digital. But we have got leaders who can think slow. Me, I've always been saying, we have got youth. Ngamuamuchile nje kurusaka. Mwaya kumuzabwela kumpurungu. Mwaya ku southern province. You go in western province. The youth, the majority youth are just drinking. Now, how can you develop a country where the youths are just drinking because they cannot access opportunities? We need a government that's going to create jobs in agriculture. To indete kwa tama big farm. Kuma big farm to abika lama meeting. We need the youths. If I was the president of the Republic of Zambia, na nguna waka teka, ba ZDNS bari kwa taka denchito. Yadama meeting, we have to employ the civilians who have got no jobs. Those are the people that can work. Kuma meeting. You cannot give the silver ZDNS. Again, you give them one milling. Those milling companies, they are supposed to be landed by civilians so that they can have job. But we are creating jobs to the people who have got employment. We need a government that's going to create jobs through the farms. I'm a farm akuru. I'm a farm akuri cotton. I'm a farm aku take finama. I'm a farm akuri mama pineapple. So that we are able to manufacture drinks and export. We can create jobs to the young ones. But today we have got leaders who are in offices because they can't think about the youth who is living in Shangombo. They can't think about the youth who is in Solwezi. So you, the Zambian people, 2026 is a year of change, a year of thinking. With some of these politicians, they need to be retired. Why are we supposed to retire them? Because they have failed to work. And we don't want to have drama. We don't want to have drama. We don't want to have drama. That to refer drama. To refer drama this year. For Akainde Echilema, as our president worked very well, he needed a strong opposition political party. He needed a strong opposition leaders that can challenge him during the night and during the day. But Akainde Echilema has failed to work because he has got no challengers, people that can challenge him. That's why Akainde Echilema has failed to work. But all in one, what I can tell you, the future is set. And since the future is set, we need to come together and speak one language of change that can only be achieved if we advise Barubinda, Bena Blani Mundubire, Bena Makebi Zulu. Those people are very few individuals. We call them to work together. Zambian people are the majority. And we don't want division to see them being divided. What are we going to achieve when they go in separate ways? What we are going to achieve is that they are going to lose election. And when they lose election, we are going to enter in one-party state. And when we enter in one-party state, a dictator will be born, and meaning that no one will be talking. Because there is a breathing, a small space of democracy. But once we enter in one-party state, so are you going to be happy, Barubinda, to go to one-party state? Are you going to be happy, Chishimba.Grassroots, because you want to divide yourselves? This is not the time to divide yourselves. You need to put the interest of our country. And when you put the interest of our country, you need to work together. Abena Kapwepwe, Abena Nkumbula, Abena Kaunda. They worked together so that today we are celebrating independence. Today we are celebrating African Freedom Day. Because there were people that worked, that came together. You can only achieve your goals when you come together. When Mankangala Kaunda introduced one-party state, what dictatorship, what did they do? Dr. FTJ Chiruba, Levi Mwanawasa, Abena Michael Sata, Abena Edith Nawakwi, Abena Christian Tembo, they came together to fight Mankangala Kaunda. That's how they won an election. And that's where the multi-party democracy was born. But today, because Mwefa Dede Kudi Makebi Zuru, Mwe Party Nuovo Kateka, Mwe Dede Kudi Brani Mundubire, Nuovo Kateka, Mwe Dede Kudi Give Rubinda, Nuovo Kateka. That nonsense must be stopped. We need to choose a striker who can kick a penalty. Not if Mulebe Pana, Pantu Mwadia Mwaikuta, Yellow Mulebe Pana, Yoba Muba Kateka. Do you think the person you are supporting, he can win election without others? So Mulabe Pananga Mwadia Mwaikuta. These people, they need to work together. If a Fred member wants to go alone, he's losing an election. If Kalaba wants to go alone, he's losing an election. Any political party that will go alone, they will lose. Zambian people, they have said, can you work together? Zambian people, they want to see a united front. They want to see a united political party that will come together and fight the injustice. Is it normal? Barubinda. Is it normal Chishimba.Grassroots ba brand mundu bena Makebi Zulu mwalisambiriba? Aba nenu bali kuma jere. Bena chitotela bali kuma jere. Abena Obama bali kuma jere. Look at the injustice. How many opposition political parties have been arrested? who are in jail. Then you, the people who are outside, you are the people that are fighting. Instead of coming together and save those who are in prisons. If you have got a heart, is to come together and work with your friends to liberate those who are in prison and to liberate the Zambian people that are living in poverty. That can only be achieved when we come together as one people, as we come together and find a way of the wings of an eagle. We need to fly together like an eagle for the benefit of our country and for the benefit of the Zambian people. But if we go divided, it's you the people who are fighting. What are you fighting for? Some of you qualify to be members of parliament. Some of you qualify to be commissioners and ambassadors. Some of you qualify to be ministers. But you want to pretend that you can be president. President yako angalako. Uri wansi habu katindefo kwa bakateka. Wadiafyo tubuari uko. Atindefo kwa bakateka. If you have failed to deliver in your constituents, if you have failed to deliver in your constituents, can you deliver to govern this country? You look at them. You check them. It's not about money. It's not about popularity of social media. It's about the name which is on the ground. The name that is on the grassroots. And the person who has got a crowd puller. Who is a crowd puller? Ninan. Ninan. The reason why our president, Misaka Indechilema, has failed to work is because he was not a councillor. He was not a member of parliament. He was not a minister. He just became a president. That's why even the structures of the UPN are complaining. Because the president Indechilema has never understood the works of the structures. He has never understood the structures. He has never understood. Whatever he's doing is he's trying the error. Let me try this. Let me try that. You don't run a country. Try and error. You need to have a certain component of experience for you to become the president. But because we, the Zambian people, you look at a leader, you don't look at the money. When a leader has got money, that is his man and his family. But is he a good leader to deliver developmental projects? Is he a good leader that can govern the country? That's where we look at that. But because we, the Zambian people, we want just to come out in the morning and say, has he ever been a member of parliament? What has he done? What experience akwata? Umuntu, tamamu napanama wekazi wakwe. Achaka chakirieti nchito. Inaenda pela example pali KPF. KPF ali bombera ba Michael Sanda. Eba shile manifesto ya PF. Abena KPF. KPF ali bombere na banani ali bombere na ba etika chabarungu. KPF eba alengero kwa chibarungu bae bakateka. KPF ali kwa tarofem ali security nchito. Kuma lawyers. So when you look at a person, when he says I'm going to create jobs, you should also look at how many workers ever kwanda. Not to send the Flavan to Munguru, yo Yalabakateka, Milanga Charo, Mila on out chart. So you the BF, you are going to the general conference. According to what I've seen on social media, and I want to encourage you the PF, we need to have Ukunya Pabili. Egu pesha Kunya Pabili. In the case of Asa Broka, Timu Yakwa Rubinda. In the case of a broker, Timu Yakwa Brani Mundubire. We will still have a place to breathe. We will still have a place to go. Because to Adimona, PF Badi Irua. Mumone Chabinge Fia Lechta. Nangu Koti Ingalanda Chabinga de Mama Bak. Number, if you can have judiciary, where people are not trusting the judiciary, that's where where the problem is. And you know, in this country, we have got people who are educated and those who are not educated. So they are able to compare the notes of PF and they are able to compare the notes of the UPND. And the people who are educated, Tabalanda. I'm a civil servant, Tabalanda. So me, I want to advise you, my brothers and sisters, whether the UPND, you need to prepare your exit. You, the people in opposition, this is the time to come together and work as a team. Failure to work together, you are going to a new birth of a dictator will be born. A new one-party state will be born. So mwikesa mugulira, mwikesa mugula tatwale landa. Uku itemwa takwawa. Bombere nchapamo ngabanga ndaimo. So that chinwe charo tukachishie bwino than we found it. So brothers and sisters, if you are watching me for the first time, I'm Joseph Chishimba, the Grassroots Media President. I'm broadcasting live in the northern circuit, northern province of the Republic of Zambia. We should continue preaching peace and unity in the opposition. We should continue and preaching peace in the ruling government. We are one people. For this country to develop, we need every tribe. There is not any tribe that is special. We are all one people. We don't want to build a monster of tribalism in the Republic of Zambia. All the tribes are important. We need to work together. Our forefathers, they said, one Zambia, one nation. Because of love, we need to love, we need to forgive each other. And by forgiving each other, by working together, we are going to do more. So my brothers and sisters, wherever you are, let us encourage our leaders in opposition to get united. And also we encourage those who are in ruling government. We need free and fair elections in 2026. We can only have free and fair election if we have got people who can reason together, those who are in opposition and those who are in ruling government. Because the greatest interest we have is Zambia. That's the greatest interest. We need to put the interest of our country first. So mweba kapona 2026 tatulefa echongo. Nga mwapona kuyabebe. So by PF mweba ya general conference, we want to see a united patriotic front. You need to show the vision of Michael Sata. You have to show the vision of Edgar Chagwarungu. And those who have left PF, you need to work together. By working together, you are going to achieve more than going in separate ways. If you achieve mbachilanda, achieve mbachombo kwebati, tuamulisa mfwe. Tatupa kusala. Let us encourage our brothers and sisters in the patriotic front to love one another and to forgive each other. Pantu mwalitemo kuitana mashina. Yo walengele tupone ni Kambwili. Yo walengele tupone GBM. Yo walengele tupone nuyu. If you are kusontane minu, if you are repeater. Nelson Mandela once said, let us forget about the past and begin a new journey and pick good things out of the past. So if you are Bremana, there is a reason why you, the patriotic front, you lost election. Because God wanted to see a person who wanted to be the best president how he can work. And he has shown to us that he has failed. So we are not going to continue in the Republic of Zambia, a country which is very rich, but the people that live in the country are poor, to continue giving tax holiday to the foreigners when our own people, they have got no medicine. Our own people, they have got no food. So we need to have leaders that can look after our own people. By doing that, we are going to achieve more as a nation. So you, the PF, you, the Brani Munduviles, you, the Makebi Zulu, you, the Rubinda, the Chishimba, can you work as a team? Balungu before Tabalafwa, Taba Mishile Mulerua. You are all important. You are all special for the benefit of our people in the Republic of Zambia. If you are watching me for the first time of the Grassroots Media, broadcasting live in the Republic of Zambia. So this is my program that I had this afternoon. I just came to encourage you, the Zambian people. 2026 is the year of voting. We don't want you people to go divided. We don't want to see you fighting. We want to see a clear and clean picture for our people in the Republic of Zambia. Our people, they need food. Our people, they need jobs. And we can create jobs. God has given us everything. We have got a beautiful land. We have got beautiful rivers. We have got beautiful lakes. We have got mines. We can create jobs for our people if we can put our heads together and we stop boasting. But we have got a monster. We have got a problem in this country where people are fighting one another. Umuntu ungakwatenda la matini satanist. Umuntu ungakwatenda la ma process of crime. You cannot achieve as a nation when people have got money are called satanists. When people have got money are called their thieves. How can you develop a country? When you go in South Africa, they are millionaires. When you go to Nigeria, they are billionaires. You go to America, a nation is built with people who have got money. So you cannot call the people who have got money to be Satanists. You can't call the people who have got money to have gotten their riches through process of crime. That nonsense must be stopped. As we form government this year, that nonsense of process of crime, we are going to stop that. We are going to remove that. Zambia is a multi-party democracy. We are going to remove cyber crimes so that you, the Zambian people, will be able to talk. This is not a dictator. This is not one-party state where people should stop talking. Muriba kaunda balelanda, muriba chiruba balelanda, muriba PF balelanda. Then we PN and kutina. Zambian people, we are going to bring back your love. We are going to scrap out the nonsense of cyber crimes. Nga ule tino kumulanda po is a failure. Our people must speak. Our people must assemble. Our people must move. That's how the nation must work. Why do you want people to stop talking? Because you are a failed regime. That's why you have brought useless laws to protect you, to protect your masters. So as we form the government this year, I can assure you, my brothers and sisters, we are going to remove cyber crimes. We are going to make sure we remove the nonsense of process of crime. Zambian people must be empowered. Aba kwete ndalama, balingire bapanga amaroji, balingire bapanga mahotel, balingire bakwata amamine, bakwe bati abantu abana banabo, bale bengisha kwenchito. So we are going to remove that nonsense. The nonsense of process of crime, we are removing it. We are coming for you, the farmers. Chinwe charo chari kwata market kade ku Congo. We need to promote agriculture in this country. Aba kuteke nkumba, aba kuteke ngombe, aba kuteke mbushi, aba kulima obunga mataba. We need to empower you so that we have already the market in Congo where we can be exporting food every day. The Zambian people must be busy from Monday up to Saturday. On a Saturday and Sunday, Zambian people must rest, must go to church. We want to see a united Zambia. We want to see a progressive Zambia. We want to see a country that can create jobs for our youths. So 2026, we are coming with fire to change the narrative of poverty into success. So brothers and sisters, I just came to talk about the PF General Conference. They want to go to choose a leader, and I encourage everyone that paid the money to get involved so that together we can make this country a better place. We need to encourage democracy. We need to encourage democracy so that you can have competition. Akainde echilema anarunda fuel every month abu arunda. Because of what? Because akainde takwata competition. Ngari ikele pamuliro akaba kuli a very good competitor. Akainde ngari bomba. Nongaletira ngabu kati nde chinje mingalato. Ngabu kalela ndati ngabe kata pamikoshi. We are not going to fear kuikata pamikoshi. We are not going to fear your mingalato. You akainde echilema. We are not going to fear your mingalato. We are going to make sure we tell you the truth. Zambian people are living in poverty and they need a government that can improve their lives. Not mingalato. Ishwe mingalato shobe kushitwala mkupishe insana. Kuikata pamikoshi, kuikata insala pamikoshi. Not ule tinya abantu wabuka yoyo, ule tinya abantu. Ula tinya abantu akainde. You are a president of this country because Zambian people, they voted for you. You never voted for yourself. So your bosses are Zambian people akainde echilema. You should stop putting fear in the minds of the Zambian people. You are not a boss. You must be a servant of the people. When you become a servant of the people, you work for the people. Because a servant respects the boss. You are kainde echilema. You are not a boss. You are kneeling for the votes. You are asking for the Zambian people to vote for you. And when you become the president, you even refuse to live in State House. Abena Zambia bakupela mavote wakano kala mu State House. You become more special than the people that voted for you. You are forgetting that the power belongs to the people. And this year they'll give you what they normally do. Barupia banda bari batamfish. Ba Edgar Lungu bari rupone na my election. You are not going to be the first and the last president to lose the election. So you, Mr. Kainde Echilema, and your UPND, prepare very well to lose power. 2026, unepona. Because all twale meba tibombele da banta mwale unfu. Mwale lundo bunga, mwale lundo fertilizer, mwale letire load shedding. Ama business yao na ikaya bantu. And you want to pretend this time that no, you are working. mwasensela elo kawa abena Zambia balando kwebati mwasensela elo kawa. When you look at this minister, member of parliament wa kundola central lelo elo ambo kubikama street lights mundola aya kutuma market tulia ambo kubikama street lights. Where were you for the past 4 years? You were tired. Where were you? I've got the report. Atulai biko tuma street lights one of the markets with kundola for the past 4 years. Aba kundola teba kuto tuma street lights kuma market. Today you all are sense local. Mweba kundola, you know what to do. The copper belt, you are the game changer. Can we encourage Bena KBF, Bena Karaba, but PF to work together for the benefit of the Zambian people? Grassroots meet. Tuaba Parwendo. We take 3 steps ahead every day. May God bless you wherever you are watching. The Sami Pare. Preach peace and unity in the Republic of Zambia. We are entering in the season of general election. I want to tell you, you the cadres of the UPND, you the cadres of the opposition, this is not the time to kill yourselves. Aba kwatira mwenda lama ma members of parliament. Aba kwatira mwenda lama ni ba councillor ni ba mayor. Aba kwatira mwenda lama ma ministers na ba president na balabonsa kateka sara. Aba kwatira mwenda lama. You are not supposed to kill yourselves. You are not supposed to do politics of violence. Baka kukaka. Baka kutuma, baka shiara, baka radia, baka shibabu. So this year is not a year of violence. Taturefa tuko mfuati yoku mufumbwe na bepa yo muntu. Taturefa tuko ese mfuati yoku Southern Province na bepa yo muntu. Pama polling station taturefa. You need to choose a leader you want. Not muka de ipana. Ababa mipera ma 20 kwacha, ma 100 kwacha. Baka shara na baka shibabu na babo. If they say, no, you go and fight, you tell them, you take your children and your wives to go and fight. Walimuna po abana bako waka inde ichilema, ba nama se nama panga. Walimuna po abana bako given ubinda abana bako etikarungu. Nama se nama panga nama regeni bade umabanda. You the poor people, you are the nonsense people that goes into violence. Let not the rich people use you for these coming elections. As to you tell them to send their children and their wives for them if they want to get involved in violence. 2026 is not a year of violence. Muna ebeba ba minister bobene. Wali muna po gadi nkombo bena Jackie Mwimbu abena kambwidi bali kwa tabana. Mwani muna po abana babo ba ama ministers ama former ministers bale ba mo involved in violence. Aba kashiba baba kwisi. Then you are just a person coming from a shanty compound and you want to involve yourself into violence. This year is not a year of violence. This year is not a year of politics of division, tribalism. This year is a year of voting people that can work for you in every province. There is no any tribe that is bigger than another tribe. We are one people. We need to put the interest of our country. Not on tribal lines. Tulingetuka voteri abantu abakwatamano abakesa pushing sara abakesa bwesha fuel abakesa bwesha price ya mufundo. By doing that we are going to achieve our goals. So wherever you are, Lisami, I'm Joseph Chishimba, the Grassroots Media. If you want to call me after my broadcasting, my numbers are on the screen, and the number that you can use also on my WhatsApp is 0977 38 3504. You can call me after my broadcasting 077 95 19 270 0966 111 95. Those are my numbers. WhatsApp 0977 38 3504. This year that will require voter apathy. This year that will require you onesha ka vote. Ole akuvotere nani. Paku patience la kuvota. So I encourage you this year to vote wisely. Mubaro reshe bonse. No kuleta abantu abakwatamano. Abakesa patience la mchalo chetu cha Zambia. No stay encouraged by opposition to work together for the benefit of this country, for the benefit of multi-party democracy, and for the change of the government. May God bless you. Lesami pare bane. I'm Joseph Chishimba mubashanta mubashanjishiba. Lesami pare. Lesami pare ba munyina ne. Konso komuleta mbira. Lesami pare.